Konnichiwa, senpai desu. Hey, you there with the ruler. What are you measuring? Are you one of those artists who uses protractors to measure the distance and size of every single line? That's not drawing, that's OCD. I mean, are you trying to be an architect or an artist? Well, if artist is the answer, good news for you, because you don't actually have to use a ruler to draw. You just need a pen and a brain. So for starters, I've posted 3 tutorial videos on drawing anime faces recently. But do you know how to put those lessons into practice effectively? Well, today, I'll teach you kohais how to do it step by step. Let's begin. Before we actually start practicing, it's important that you have a solid understanding of anime faces first. For example, the golden ratio of facial proportions, the facial structure differences according to gender and age, and the key details of facial features. I've covered these foundational topics extensively in my previous videos. So if any of you kohais have missed them, here's a card for you. Welcome, beginners! In this first level, we're going to learn how to portray form and contour correctly. To do this, you need to practice tracing and copying simple face line art. This exercise serves multiple purposes, but the most important one is developing the ability to draw smooth, steady, and non-wobbly lines. You see, professional artists all have one thing in common. Their lines are super clean, and that is exactly what we're aiming for here. By practicing tracing and copying, we'll be able to break the habit of using repetitive strokes and learn to draw in one smooth stroke. This exercise will also help us find our own unique way of holding the pen and the best position to rest our wrist and arm. To get started, find a reference image of an anime face with clear and simple line art. I've prepared some references for you in the Google Drive link below. The references will be used in each stage of this tutorial video. Once you have your reference, place it on your left hand side, and then we can begin the process of copying. Wait, you can't do that? Oh, that's because you don't have a digital drawing tablet. Well, good news for you, because this video is brought to you by XPPen, introducing the all-new Deco Pro Drawing Tablet Gen 2 series from XPPen. Deco Pro Gen 2 features one paper design, a lightweight and portable design that breaks the creation limits and offers a true pen-on-paper sensation. It feels like drawing on real paper. The connection between your hand, the pen, and the surface is so seamless that you'll forget you're using a digital device. The tablet also comes with the new Pro Stylus, which is the world's first stylus that has 16,000 pressure level capability and is powered by an X3 Pro Smart chip. This all-new Pro Stylus also features a felt nib that ensures smooth and natural drawing. Additionally, it boasts a 60-degree tilt, offering enhanced precision and control to faithfully capture every nuance of your creativity. Furthermore, with its ergonomic X-Edge wrist rest design, we can say goodbye to work fatigue. It's not just about aesthetics, it's about ensuring your comfort even during prolonged creative sessions. Thanks to the incorporated Bluetooth 5.0 technology, you can now enjoy a seamless connection and the convenience of a wireless shortcut remote. Now with unmatched flexibility and portability, the Deco Pro makes accessing functions for quick changes more effortless than ever. And don't worry about running out of power. With a battery life of over 10 hours, the Deco Pro Gen 2 ensures your creativity is never interrupted. Click the link down below to join the revolution in digital artistry today with the Deco Pro Gen 2 from XPPen. Start by drawing a center line or any guidelines on the reference image. This step is crucial because it gives you an idea of the form and contour of the face. Avoid the temptation to put the lines into a 9-grid format. Instead, focus on memorizing the pattern, curves, inclination, and overall form. Now, replicate the guidelines you drew on your canvas. Pay close attention to replicating all the lines accurately. This step will put your visual perception skills to the test. It's normal if you find it hard to determine how slant the line should be, so don't worry. But with practice, you will become more sensitive to these nuances. The next step is to observe the reference image closely and start copying. When you are observing, study the reference carefully and pay attention to the placement and proportions of the facial features. Analyze the curves, angles, and contours that make up the overall shape of the face. Try your best to copy these lines as accurately as possible in order to portray the unique contours of the face. Besides, pay attention to the alignment and placement of facial features. For example, take note of the distance between the eyes, the positioning of the nose, and the placement of the mouth. These subtle details contribute to the overall balance and realism of the face. Remember to avoid repetitive lines and strive for those clean strokes. Now it's time to compare your work with the reference image. Take a good look at both images and jot down any mistakes or corrections you notice. This step is crucial because it allows us to reinforce our understanding of form and contour by pinpointing any areas that need improvement. If possible, try to aim for an accuracy of at least 80% before moving on to the next level. If you're not quite there yet, don't worry. Take your time and keep practicing until you feel confident in your clean line work. Some of you might question the usefulness of this exercise, but let me assure you, it really does work. I've been practicing this exercise for a while now, and the results have been remarkable. For starters, I noticed my lines and strokes have improved. Besides, my observation skills have also increased dramatically. I feel more confident and accurate in my strokes now. For those of you who are beginners or at a mid-level skill, learning how to capture form and contour of anime faces is very important if you want to take your drawing skills to the next level. Now, completing this level might take a few weeks or even months, and that's perfectly okay. Feel free to practice at your own pace. Don't rush it. In this stage, we'll be training on how to capture the shape and perspective of anime faces from various angles. Let's start with shape and perspective. Shape refers to the outline and structure of an object or character. When it comes to anime art, having a consistent shape is what makes your character recognizable regardless of the angle from which they're viewed. It's like the foundation that holds everything together. As for perspective, it refers to how objects and characters seem to move closer or away based on their position relative to the viewer. By mastering perspective, we can create the illusion of three-dimensional space and truly breathe life into our anime faces. With a solid grasp of both shape and perspective, we can draw our characters from any angle consistently. To achieve this, we'll have to practice the same tracing and copying face line art exercise that I've introduced earlier. The only difference is that we will be capturing the face from multiple angles and in different perspectives. The purpose is to help us understand how facial features change when viewed from various angles, as it trains our ability to replicate those changes accurately in a very short amount of time. This exercise is all about capturing the overall shape to train our muscle memory, so that we can recall the shape of an angle or any other subject effortlessly when you need it. With enough practice, you won't even need those guidelines to check the correctness of your drawing structure or perspective. That is how those manga artists can draw without using an eraser, because they've drawn the same angle or perspective countless times, to the point where their hand and brain have memorized the shape and pattern. To start, select your reference image and draw a center line or guidelines on it. Next, replicate those guidelines on your canvas. Pay close attention to capturing all the details accurately. At this stage, you'll notice a significant improvement in your ability to capture the inclination of the line more precisely. Now, it's time to analyze your reference image closely and begin the process of copying. Take a good look at the alignment and placement of facial features in relation to each other. Since we're working with different angles and perspectives, you'll notice that drawing these features will vary. Pay special attention to details like the distance between the eyes, the positioning of the nose, and the placement of the mouth. These subtle changes make a huge difference when drawing from different perspectives. Allow your hand and brain to remember these adjustments for future drawings. Once you've completed your tracing, compare your work with the reference image. Take a moment to carefully examine both images and make note of any mistakes or areas that need correction. For this practice, make sure to follow these few rules. Firstly, make sure your lines are steady and consistent without any wobbliness. This will give your artwork a clean and professional look. Secondly, strive to avoid repetitive lines and focus on creating clean and distinct line art. Lastly, aim for an accuracy of at least 80% when replicating the drawing. These standards will ensure that you're ready to progress to the next level. Tracing and copying face line art in different perspectives can do wonders for your muscle memory. Believe it or not, your brain has an amazing ability to absorb and memorize the subtle patterns and changes that occur when drawing from different angles. The more you practice this, the more familiar you will become when drawing in different angles. For this practice, I recommend taking your time and don't rush things. For me, I spent a couple of days on this stage. Tracing and copying simple artwork may seem basic, but it's an incredibly effective way to develop your ability to draw clear, smooth lines. It also trains your observation skills and helps you remember important patterns that you'll need in future drawings. Think of it as playing an RPG game. The main quest may require you to reach level 50, but if you neglect the side quests that offer valuable experience points, you will find yourself stuck at level 45 forever. Yes, I'm now stuck at level 45, and I'm currently rushing my side quests. And those are the practices for beginner levels easy and normal. But seriously, drawing goes beyond just watching tutorial videos. You also need to know what specific aspects to focus on. Searching for how to draw XXX characters on YouTube won't make you good at drawing, because the key lies in practicing with the correct method. If you diligently follow the guidance provided in this video, you'll be able to unlock various useful skills such as visualizing proportions and distances with your own eyes, as well as the ability to copy draw any character you love without using a ruler. Enjoy hentai, of course. I genuinely hope that this video can help you grow as a self-taught artist. Make sure to download the references from the Google Drive link. If you want the PSD version of my exercise demo, you can sign up to my Patreon. Stay tuned for the next video, where I'll introduce 3 advanced exercises for those who have mastered these beginner exercises. Until then, keep up the great work, and I'll see you very soon. Feel free to support me on Patreon, I really appreciate it. Please drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Twitter. DM me if you want a commission from me. Alright, that's all from me. Jana, guys.